Dave, how did you get into kayaking?
Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts.
We had our summer camp in Muskegon, Michigan.
Okay.
And the older kids were able to go on this 3-day trip on the Muskegon River.
Oh, wow.
So we get in our boats. These were canoes at the time. And it was an unbelievable feeling just sitting in this boat, doing nothing, and having the scenery go by. There you are floating down this river, moving without doing anything. It was an unbelievable sensation.
And how old were you when?
15.
15. and where did you go from there?
Well, nothing for a long time until I came to Penn State.
Okay.
And the first weekend I was here, I was introduced to the town through some paddling friends, and they said, "We're going on a canoe trip. Want to go along?" Sure. So that was my first thing, and I've never stopped since.
When did Mach 1 start?
Mach 1 started in 1999.
99, okay.
We had been working with the Wild Water Boating Club, but it wasn't oriented towards the racing scene so much. And we needed to be a little bit more in that direction. Training and racing and paddling, all those things had to be oriented towards maybe a little bit more risk-taking than people were wanting to do.
Okay.
You know, whitewater sport is risky all the way.
Absolutely.
And you really have to be careful, and we are. But in the minds of some people, you know, you can't factor out risk.
Yes.
In whitewater paddling.
Yep.
So we formed in 1999,
okay.
and I had quite a bit. We trained regularly. This past year, 2 of our 15-year-old girls took the podium at the national championship.
For those that don't know about Mach 1, tell me just a little bit about where it's located and some of the programs that are offered.
Right, we have an excellent area over in Bellefonte on Spring Creek.
Okay.
I created that area when I came back from the Worlds in 1963.
Okay.
I paddled down Spring Creek. I said, "We've got to train," because at the time you didn't train.
Yep.
But you had to train on a daily basis. So I cruised down and picked out a couple spots where I thought that you might be able to set up a course. And the one we actually settled on was where we are right now. So since 1965, we have been training there. So the gates are hanging there. We have 30 gates.
Okay.
And then along with the kind of areas that they have in Europe in their paddling clubs, we have a clubhouse. Actually, there's 2 of them.
Okay.
And it's heated, so you can paddle in cold weather, you can change clothes in there, and recuperate, and all this kind of stuff. And we have a whole slew of equipment, paddles, life jackets, helmets, even hand mitts to keep your hands warm, sweaters, there so that we can take new people. And they don't have to buy any equipment in order to get into the sport.
So somebody that has an interest in getting into whitewater, specifically more so slalom, that wants to learn the sport can come to Mach 1 and really pick it up from day one.
Day one.
And to take it wherever their ability and their desire. Talk to me a little bit about Casey.
Casey is one of the kids, if I can refer to him as a kid. He's 23 years old now, but he's been to 2 Olympics.
So he was in Beijing and London?
He was in Beijing and London. He was, of course, he grew up in Pennsylvania. And I was reminded by Casey's father the other day that I was Casey's first coach. When he was 7 years old, I don't know, he had heard about our program.
Yep.
And he drove 2 hours from eastern Pennsylvania several times to come to the course over here, which we now call the Sunnyside Paddling Park. Okay. To give Casey lessons.
And for those that don't know, Casey's last name?
Eichfeld.
Eichfeld. Okay. And Casey will be here in a couple weeks.
That's right. He'll be here on March 18.
So, and he'll be at the State Theater.
Right.
And he'll be presenting or talking for...
We're going to give 2 performances.
2 performances,
I want to make this available to small kids,
okay.
4th and 5th grade,
okay.
middle school kids, from all over the county. And so we thought we ought to have something early, just in case they had homework to do or other things in the evening. So we're planning a 4:30 show,
Okay.
and then again one at 7 o'clock. So what we're going to do with that program, and I was talking to Casey about it. He's going to essentially run the program,
Okay.
and we're going to start off with some wild stuff that happened at London.
Okay.
And it really will be pretty good.
Pretty well.
Some Eskimo rolls. He's talking about carnage.
So you have some video.
And then we're going to break off, and he's going to describe the sport a bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to show some real runs. When we're finished with the program, as people leave the State Theater, we will have set up tables in the lobby to sign up for this youth league. We're calling it the Pennsylvania League of Slalom Boating. And
Okay.
this is for kids in the cadet age from 10 to 14 and from the junior age from 15 to 18.
So a great opportunity to meet an Olympian, to understand the sport to a much greater extent than they do currently, and get involved in the sport.
You gotta like water.
Yep.
Because when you go, you're wet all the time.
Absolutely. Excellent.
But the first lessons will be the basic course. And it will be done on moving water, but it's very easy. And essentially no waves, no holes. But it will be an interesting experience for many people.
Excellent. Dave, thank you very much.
Hey,
it was an absolute pleasure talking with you.
It's been great talking to you too.
Thank you.